So I think especially with the deck list he has, with the Medivh in there, and also with the Cabal Courier, is maybe a bit more favored against the warrior because once you get the value from the RTH, the warrior might really start struggling against the minions you can just develop all the time.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, also given your prediction, Powder will probably have quite problems getting his Stone Warriors through. Is that right?
It depends. I mean, if he really manages to draw his Harrison and get like a Medivh weapon in, sure. But I mean, it's gonna be fine. I mean, against the mage, the Taunt Warrior probably has an alright matchup, right? If he manages to pick up some removal. I mean, MrYagut here are having a quite aggressive start.
Yeah, that's right. And well, actually, MrYagut, like, really interesting to mention that he basically fought his way through to this tournament through a 512-man qualifier on Strifefire, so already basically beating 511 people there, and now just directly jumping into the finals in this very tournament. Just very amazing performance until this very moment.
I mean, Powder's sitting here with the dirty red. They don't really help him, so because he doesn't have the removal to back it up. Yeah, sure. Just coin out the 3/6 taunt, just to get something going. Luckily, MrYagut doesn't have a fireball yet, but the Valet will do some work, I guess.
Oh yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, you can play your Valet, you can even Frostbolt it if you don't want to send too many minions in. But I guess he will probably just, yeah, going with that one, frostboarding it, probably pinging it, trading a 2/2 in, and then just everything to the face.
Yeah, so just ping it down. The courier also did the job by already getting a minion in. And yeah, he can just continue smashing the face with that sweet little mana worm, I guess.
I also heard these mana worms are growing into very, very big sizes if being unchecked.
Whoa, that's a pickup. Pickup.
Sleeping with the finishes, yeah, that's very, very strong.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you needed.
And Powder is playing there with the stress ball. I mean, picking up that ghoul, man. That's so crucial. I mean, sure. MrYagut, if this ghoul pickup, MrYagut might really just run out of steam here.
Yeah, I mean, depending on his draws. And you already mentioned that MrYagut plays kind of a value-heavy list with Medivh. Of course, Alexstras and Parablast usually being staples anyways. So yeah, it will really depend on what he draws the next, the next few draws. His list also actually not running any Acolyte of Pains. That's kind of interesting, isn't it?
I mean, he does run Battle Rage, so right? So his theory is probably go a bit more aggressive on the board and cashing in on the. You mean with the mage deck, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, Acolyte is not that common in the mage builds. I mean, therefore he has Medivh in there and the guess because he has Harrison in his warrior as well, and the Ooze and the mage. And he decided just to self-ban his rogue away then if he faces the warrior, I guess. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
kind of
right.
makes sense. Sure. Powder getting down these dirty rats. I mean, yeah, pulling out a mana worm and the arcanologist. Exactly his taste. So, yeah, let's draw 3 cards and deny your opponent several minions.
Let's do that.
Sure.
Ka-ching!
Hey. Oh, man.
That's like so huge.
Yeah, Harrison is also always happy, as you might see on his face expression, so...
I mean,
Hey.
3 cards are just so many.
Yeah, so much to the Harrison semi-blank. Yeah, he kind of delivered. It was exactly that. We also said it before. If he really manages to eat an RTH with the Harrison, it's just a big deal. Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
So getting rid of this taunt, just in order to be able to punish the face.
I mean, that slam.
I'm really also valuing the 7 face damage very, very highly.
Mm,
I mean, if he really decides to kill 1/4 over the 5/4 just so that he doesn't need or is not forced to trade into this taunt.
so sure, slamming the Medivh, trading the Harrison in, and yeah, I like developing the Matriarch and always getting the armor in because I guess value-wise you will not be in trouble here anymore, so you just want to make sure you don't get burned down, I guess.
Is there any consideration of just not fulfilling the quest at some point? Because yeah, value is so much behind. These 2 armor might also be quite important to not get burned down.
Yeah, definitely, I think. Yeah, but why would you give up your hero power here? You have enough taunt to back up bot control every turn. Yeah, it's also a very common strategy against mage,
Mm-hmm.
that you just don't give away your armor hero power. Otherwise, you really just get pinged every turn, and when the fireballs keep coming, and eventually a little bigger fireball being the pyroplast. So yeah, sure, I would keep the warrior hero power here.
Yeah.
Mm, yeah.
ElMachico correctly already going to the face. Yeah, just saying, okay, probably I lost the board control, so I won't bridge on the board, so let's just do it with direct damage then. Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, Powder just really needs to make sure that he always has a second tall minion online here. He doesn't really want Machiko connecting with another minion to his face.
Yeah, but probably that will never happen again. Always having like 2 taunt minions on the board, just preventing any kind of face damage.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, Machiko really maybe just start burning the face here. If you pyroblast,
Oh yeah, you definitely start burning the face here, JJ.
fireball. Yeah, and if you fire pyroblast here, your opponent goes to 12 health. Sadly, not quite in fireball range if he armors up. And double fireball range it is. But sure.
I mean, you have to try it, right? I mean, what are you gonna do here?
Mm, yeah, I mean,
Probably here Ice Barrier into Fireball Ping, and then just going for it over the next few turns. Just trying to get this Frostbolt for the win.
yeah, the frostball would be quite nice, right?
Yeah, it's only 1 though, but maybe Glyph will also do the job. So, and even a Valet, right?
I think valets are already used, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
both are used? Okay, sure.
Not quite sure. Yeah, Powder here searching probably for the second armor smith, I would assume. And yeah, I think he really needs it also. I mean, he's not running any shield blocks or other additional armor cards, so yeah, I think maybe even Primordial Glyph might be a very good pickup for Machiko.
Yeah, sure. Surely so. I guess that Machiko has another draw to draw it. Does he have 2 draws? Let's see.
He will
So,
have two. I mean, he has a second ice block in the hand and one is up, right?
yeah, he will have 2 draws. No, I'm just talking about the damage potential. So Powder will now armor up to 9. Then the top deck would be sufficient. And next turn, Powder will basically armor up to 10 after the Mage Pink. So top deck at that point will also be sufficient. So ElMachico has basically 2 draws to top deck his outs. And that's quite a few. So let's see. It is the Flame Strike.
The flame
Not exactly
strike.
helpful at this very moment. But as you said, a Glyph might also do the job.
I mean, you might just start clearing the warrior's board up a little bit, so you buy yourself maybe an extra turn.
Yeah, I think so.
So he's just fireballing and ping, and then just play the potion. Yeah. Mm, sure. Forbidden Flame. No, no way, right?
Now, I'm on my MrYagut
Maybe he just
just
doesn't
to
want to
avoid
give
the
him.
proc.
He doesn't want to give him the draw, right?
Yeah,
With the acolyte.
exactly. I can definitely get behind that.
Yeah.
I mean, he has now 1 more draw to top deck it, and he definitely doesn't want to see an Armor Smith now. So that's definitely the right call of action. Is it ever correct for Powder to... I don't know, he cannot force it and damage his Armor Smith. Because otherwise he might have opted into Acolyte into Whirlwind, but then Armor Smith would be of no use.
I mean, he's probably thinking about playing another acolyte and just drawing 2 cards. without, I mean, proccing your opponent here could also be quite useful. But on the other hand, he also knows that there is another ice block in MrYaGut's hand because the Archaeologist got played earlier.
Right, right. Okay, so Drake comes down, basically only delivering damage to his own board and armoring up to 4 life. And it's really up to this draw here, guys. And it is the Eater of Secrets. He's secretly eating your win rate away. Yum, yum, yum. Tasty, tasty. So that's kind of, wasn't it? But maybe he will be able to buy himself a little bit more of time.
I mean, he does have one more glyph in there, so we might see that being picked up and maybe delivering. And what is with these Firelands portals? They are still in there, right? Both of them.
Oh, both of them?
Oh, yeah.
No, he used one, right?
Against what? I didn't quite remember that one.
Yeah, he had one.
Ah, yeah, he got one of these Lotus agents, right?
Okay, so let's see.
So it's either Fireball or...
With the glyph, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, glyph into Fireball is kind of a little bit speculative here, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, or a Firelands portal or Frostball. Yeah. So, no, Frostball is
Frostball is not cutting
Yeah.
it, so he really needs exactly those cards.
And Powder's just fishing for this Armorsmith. Please, please give me the Armorsmith. Oh, man.
So,
Oh,
oh man, oh wow.
Oh,
And it is,
oh, it's
no, not exactly.
Oh, hey, Powder's like, no, no, no,
no,
He's like, no, please not. Oh, man. I mean, you can Molten Reflection your Eater of Secrets.
Powder's looking very worried, but he was actually looking very worried for the first 5 seconds, but after that it got a little bit, yeah, I mean, he obviously knew after 5 seconds that ElMachico didn't get it, but Powder got it. Here, a nice Armorsmith. Cannot get activated though, right?
No.
No.
I mean, Powder going up to 7 health here. I think now there's really no more burn spells that shoot a job for MrYagut here, right?
Sure.
Why would he give away? Yeah, okay, it makes sense because he, there is no more ice block, right? Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, just blocking your opponent, and from here on, I also think you feel rather safe. The glyphs got used. Sure, everything is good.
Not doing anything.
Not doing anything, right? I mean, sure, you can even just, yeah, execute it and then just go ahead, right? You can play Armorsmith Ghoul, execute it, hit face, and use your hero power.
Yeah, you could also just interchange your hero power because from now on you will be at a lot of armor with these Armorsmithing hitting in and then getting another 2 armor and so on and so on.
Yeah, I mean, Powder is really, I think he's over the mountain here.
Oh, absolutely, sure.
Yeah. Sure, looks nice. I mean, in the end, I think MrYagut at some point choose the right line, just being a little bit short on damage, but just being do top decks. So I think, yeah, sure, from both sides, pretty nicely played.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, MrYagut had like many draws to draw his outs.
Yeah.
He just didn't. So
sometimes it just won't happen, right?
That's right.
I mean, if you try so hard, but you won't succeed.
Very, very good, JJ. Okay, so yeah, the Taunt Warrior actually the
Questrogue here, Questrogue being one of the decks of both players line up, which shouldn't have a problem with getting the win in. So yeah, let's go. Firefly turn 1 makes sense, and you can just play the quest later on because you would like to get on board here first.
Yeah, and against the mage, I mean, it's not too bad because the mage might just stall into a very late game and then just try to punish.
The Igneous Elemental is such a good pickup here. I mean, sure, you already have a Firefly online there, which gave you 1 Flame Elemental already. And yeah, just giving you 2 additional and you're just in search for a bouncer here. So let's see. The Valet. Sure. being decent on turn 2. And there's also the insurance for your quest fulfillment. The ferryman is quite a nice pickup for powder there. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Being of uttermost importance to fulfill your quest. And I mean, it's not usual, but it can really happen that Rogue just completely bricks on his quest fulfill, and that would basically mean an automatic loss. But yeah, as you said, the ferryman being of uttermost importance to go into the direction to fulfill the quest. Having already one flame elemental, confirming another two flame elementals from the Ignis elemental. And yeah, with the ferryman, that's 4.
So yeah, I like just play the currents below. I think then you just attack face with the firefly, get it back to the hand, and just confirming you the last flame elemental you will need, right? Makes a lot of sense to me. Let's see how he decides to opt in. Yeah, he wants to reduce the health of that guy. You could even decide to maybe freeze the 2-1 just to get the proc on your Igneous Elemental for sure, so you can complete the quest next turn. Yeah, but he doesn't like it. Just assumes that ElMachico is going to play an our minion anyways next turn. Also quite reasonable, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's either or, right? I mean, either ElMachico will play another minion, but he can also never kill the Ignis Elemental, so that's already kind of an advantage he got there. Of course, ElMachico could play something like a Secret or card draw, but that would be also kind of alright, because Powder already also has some damage on the board.
Yeah, I think I like this line from Machiko.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to interact with Powder's board really here, especially not with this Igneous Elemental. Basically helping your opponent to fulfill a quest.
That's right. Actually, now it becomes very important what you pointed out last turn. So if you would have really just freezed his own minion, like the opponent's minion, to be able to kill his own Igneous Elemental off, that would have helped a ton.
And now Machiko is just like, yeah, I go, I go face, my friend. Maybe even coining out the ping. Yeah.
Oh, this is a really good line. I mean, Machiko is very spot on here. Just seeing which line wins him the game, and yeah, just going for it. Very brave and very correct.
The hungry crab. The crabs being quite a often input of the rogue decks because they just handle the aggro decks. The aggro decks being warlock paladin in this case.
Yeah, especially their lineups, right? I mean, they're both targeting the aggro decks, the aggro lineups, and very successful so, leading both into the finals.
So, sure. Let's see. Fireball, ice block.
Yeah, not too bad.
Does it really help so?
Well, you can ice block, you can ping the face again, and then if you draw any kind of burn, you can probably just burn powder out. At this point, even a violence portal will be enough.
Yeah, especially I think it's only the violence portal or a glyph probably, right? Yeah. I mean, the good thing for ElMachico is here he knows pretty sure that he's not getting procced.
Yeah, that's of utmost importance here,
Yeah,
for sure.
and if he wants, I mean, now even a deckhand without being a 5/5 procs you, if he wants, he can just flame strike that. I don't know if I like it though. The valet. See, yeah, he just.
Too bad. I mean,
Now,
Machiko is really getting closer and closer, right?
yeah, you should ping the face here. If you pick up a violence portal, it will be enough then as well. Or just play the valet. Yeah, sure. This doesn't deny you any extra lethal outs, but if you ping, you could ping him to 2 next turn and play an ice block alongside it.
If you would have pinged, you could have pinged to 2.
Yeah.
And then
next turn you would be at 1 then. I think it might have been a little misstep here.
You mean next turn he could have played Archaeologist into another ice block? Or
yeah, but I think he also runs Ice Barrier, so it's like a 50-50 on a secret, and he doesn't want to go for that.
Yeah, but he could have gone for it, right? And then if he would have picked up the other ice block, he could have played ice block into ping to 1 next round, basically bring him to 4, and then
Confirming
bring him
lethal.
down. Yeah, confirm lethal. But only if he has also the secret for the valet. So probably was also afraid that he won't have any secrets by then.
Can definitely see that. That's a very good reasoning, of course. But he would have had it for sure, right? He would have just played Archaeologist, Secret Valet, but couldn't ping then. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
would
it's
have
kind of troublesome, it's true. So let's just pick up any burn source.
any burn source does it, like in the last game. So
Not
let's see.
pyro,
It
not,
is
not,
it?
ah,
The glyph again. Are you kidding me? And the
this
flame case here. That's gonna do it. It's exactly like that. So it's like crazy.
the guys, the glue is always like, ho, 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 ho.
Bam, 0.
Oh man.
And Powder is like, yeah,
Yeah,
like
especially
very good.
especially the mage list Powder is running. Like Powder's mage is, you might very want to compare it to Freeze mage a little, where you have these doomsayers in the freeze and try to burn the opponent down.
Hmm.
Um,
Mana Worm being a very important pickup.
yeah. Hmm. So yeah, coin rough to kind of get rid of this mana worm. The only thing you don't want to get distracted, annoyed by is like the mana worm or even the early aggression from any early aggression from the mage.
So pink interface doesn't exactly help. And yeah, so there's the white cross.
Yeah, white growth into Fandral, into Nourish. So yeah, I mean Powder already having the Fireball in the hand to deal with the Fandral, so the Nourish won't be that big of a problem. We all know that Fandral into Nourish is really something. So sure, you have to Fireball it for sure. Like Fandral is a card you don't want to leave up.
Well, I mean, if he would have left it up, he would have really regretted that very heavily with having the Nourish in the hand. ElMachico would have just completely wrecked him.
Yeah,
So here's the Nourish for card draw, because like this is a value matchup, honestly. And I mean, with these Earthen Scales, I guess ElMachico won't have that much trouble preserving his life total against direct damage and such.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, having the double Jade Blossom next turn, going into turn 8 Drake then, and yogg-saron can also do some magic, as we all know, right?
He always does some magic, man.
Uh,
Okay, yeah,
so,
I wouldn't mind the double Jade Blossom. Basically what you said. Into the dragon and then yogg-saron. Just very amazing.
yeah.
Just tempoing completely into the air, and it's just crazy, right? The mage is sitting on the 6 mana and druid is chilling on 9 mana next round.
Yeah, I like it. Also, finally starting to get this Jade counter going. Hmm.
And very quickly so, right? Already having played 2 Jades last round.
So, oh, Aya.
Oh, Aya.
Aya's always a welcome guest.
Yeah, probably he even plays her, and probably shapeshifting as well.
Yeah, just to get rid of this annoying 2/1 minion. Probably saving the ooze, or...
Yeah, probably saving the use, but he might be able to play Earthen Scales. Or do you think he will preserve that for something later? Probably later is better, right?
Mm,
Yeah. Yeah, for the auctioneer and such, I can definitely get behind that.
yeah. The 1 mana spells usually won't have a problem with just sneaking one in somewhere. Hala Seal, just a solid 4/6. The effect won't really matter.
And there is the auctioneer. Yeah, basically the card we were talking about. So with the auctioneer, ElMachico being at 10 mana, he'll be able to really cycle a lot of his deck, and then just increasing the Jade counter also very quickly, and then getting the infinite value down with the druid. Each of these Earthen Scales then probably also representing around 10 armor in the end, like once the Jades are quite big. So yeah, it's really looking good for him.
Yeah. Sure, at this point you can also take the damage, because every damage which is taken before Alexstrasza is kind of not important.
That's right.
And the armor you can just back up later on. And Powder really... he has not much to say at this point. I mean, the only thing you can hope with Powder's mage list, that the druid kind of breaks on his value, and you
Yeah.
somehow can burn him down over time or out tempo him. But at this point, it's really just about sitting there and getting kind of jaded down.
Yeah, it probably won't happen. Basically what you said. And Machiko doesn't even need to gamble on his Yogg. He can just play it extremely safe. Now even the Wild Growth Pickers is such an important card because now he will be able to play Auction in the Wild Growth into cycle if he wants.
Yeah, I mean, he has an embarrassment of riches
Absolutely.
here. Yeah, let's shuffle some Jade Idols in, then let's fish for them, and let's make big Jades. That's the plan from ElMachico here.
Ah, pretty decent and good plan.
So, yeah, sure.
Yeah, definitely also playing the Earthen Scales if he doesn't pick up something, but there's a Jade Idol, so just playing that one then.
Yeah, that's the reason why you shuffle it in, to get it more frequently, and I guess Powder is not that happy.
No, no, definitely not. Another Jade Idol. Yeah. Those Jades are really, really growing very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, these mana worms, they're a little bit late to the party. He also can't really profit on that Archmage.
Yeah, also having the Auction now as a high priority target doesn't really feel exactly good.
Mana Worm in the Blizzard definitely makes sense. Also dealing with the Auctioneer, which is pretty important here, otherwise he would soon face 10-10 Jades on the board. Because there are already quite some Jade Idols in ElMachico's deck now.
Yeah, they are even getting a really crazy big picture once they reach, what, 2020?
2020, I never saw it, man.
Now we've seen it once.
Really?
Yeah, we tried it out. I think at 2020 or something, they are really growing big.
Yeah, they're like the Jade Giants.
The Jade Giants.
They're as big as mountains, man. But yeah, for now we will stay Jade Warriors.
Yeah.
I think at 7-7 they changed the picture again or something.
Yeah, at 7-7 they changed it again.
Mm-hmm.
Then they are the Elite Jade Warriors.
I mean, 7-7 Jades are not a joke, man.
No, absolutely not.
So yeah, using the glyph. Let's see what we can pick up, but maybe, yeah, you probably want to have the reduced glyph spell for the Archmage then.
Yeah, just trying to clear the board out first.
Yeah, ping the face. Seems good.
Interesting. So, what does ElMachico do against that?
Now yogg-saron, of course.
Yeah, he yoggs, right? Because what should he do otherwise? His hand is nearly full. Or Nourish. I mean, Nourish is the other option. But 3-6-8 will go to 10 cards. Needs to play another card. But he just doesn't want to risk it. And that would have really been an option here.
Yeah, I mean, Powder really needs to hope that this Doomsayer goes off, so he gets his Archmage going. Not only that, he also has the Primordial Glyph, which really synergizes nicely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's see what he can pick up.
This Superjj, by the way, a very important pickup, because otherwise ElMachico would have needed to utilize other cards like Elven Scales or something. But Superjj being really the best use.
So let's see what we have here. Oh wow, that's so good. That is so good. It's just an extra.
You mean an extra fireball for free is good?
Yeah, and also going into the. I mean, you probably take the Ice Barrier. Yeah, just to buy yourself a little bit more time.
You also to be able to play it, right? For another fireball.
It's kind of interesting. I think he really has to play the yogg-saron here.
Yeah, Yogg has to come down. I mean, this Archmage is no joke, man.
No, he's not a joke, especially on an empty board.
It's like 18 damage per turn. I mean, of course he can taunt himself in. I think taunting himself in might just be the safer bet, right? Because if he plays the Yogg here and the Yogg will just fail, then he might be really in danger of dying soon. While if he plays it a little bit safer, yes, he will probably take another 13 damage next round. But maybe that's alright, right? Because you will be able to develop very, very big Jades, and with the double Earthen Scales in their hand, I mean, as we said, that's kind of representing 20 armor, so that should definitely be sufficient.
So, yogg-saron, huh? The god of death.
And we go yogg-saron again, as Soulfire on his own face, and discarding the Earthen Scales. That's minus 14 life, guys. What is this? Awareness coming down. And stolen goods. Nothing. Healing touch, but unfortunately on the wrong target. A preparation hits the board. Protect the king. This for his minion doesn't matter. Cold blood doesn't matter. Charge.
Charge.
Oh,
Das ist so.
and the tentacles. Karakazamada. Karakazamada. 1-1-2-2-3-3. And the Jade Idol is coming and shuffling more of that stuff into the deck. Pretty cool. And the Archmage is gone. What do you say, JJ?
This is stupid.
Karakazam! Hokus Pokus! Fidibus.
This is how Paula feels at the moment. This is how you feel when you're playing as Powder here. You're just like, yeah, klar. Let's jump into the pool again. I'm done here. This is so stupid. Oh man.
What? Did you say fun and interactive? Okay, so let's go. I mean, this Doomsayer is not a joke. I mean, he can still not hand the Doomsayer. It's actually really interesting. The Doomsayer will just wipe the board again. These Doomsayers, they are no joke, man.
Let's get an extra 10.
Let's get this armor going.
Oh man.
It's like an armor fight. I have 8 armor on you, yeah, I have 12.
But the mage. It's kind of sad because this Archmage was really
Yeah, that was the hope.
the last
The
hope.
last hope. And we go. Unfortunately, only a 3-3 and dealing another 3 damage to the face. So, I mean, Powder has access to, let's say, 14 damage in total. Okay, a swipe gets picked up. That's kind of important if something bad happens again. But now these shades will just flood the board. Probably confirming a 2-turn clock. I mean, without the ice blocks, of course. So that means like probably death in 4 or 5 turns.
I mean, the Jade's also becoming decently sized. Look at them.
Hey, these fireballs, man, they are amazing. And we also know that ElMachico doesn't have more heal in the deck. Oh, actually, he runs double Farage, so he's probably access to 1 more heal here.
Yeah, but he's chilling, man. He's chilling at 26 life.
So, Fireball. Probably Fireball, pink, and just trying to go for it.
Oh, I just received my coffee.
Very good, JJ. Wake up.
It's cool because I have a racing car inside of the cup.
Show them, show them.
I have a racing car inside of the cup, and every time I reach the button, I see the racing car.
It's a Porsche. Not sponsored by Porsche, by the way.
If I ever become like a marketing assistant, I will just call you and just let you market all my stuff. I will be.
Okay, so is there a Pyro still there? There's a Pyroblast still in there, so a Pyroblast would have really helped a ton here.
It will still help.
It will still help. It will still help, sure. So
kill
Poro is going for it.
It will kill him, man.
Yeah, for the Pyro. I mean, kill it, kill him unless ElMachico will draw the Ferrage. So let's see about that. Ferrage? No. But the auctioneer can already begin to fish for it.
Look at Machiko, he's like,
I mean, it's also not that like that Powder will draw the Pyroblast here. Actually, quite unlikely.
But you know that we are playing Hearthstone.
I mean, interesting, yeah. No, but I mean, Powder will have 2 draws. 2 out of 10. So let's see how this will go. Bam! Bam! These shades are really delivering, man.
Bam. Oh, it only was a 7 Jade.
Yeah, progging Powder at 1 life, that's really important. So let's go. Zack! Ching!
Look at Machiko, he's like...
Well, I mean, it's 2 out of 7, right? So that's fair. Oh, actually, it's a little bit more. It's a little bit more, JJ.
Okay, look at that with the Chico.
Oh, man, ElMachico is like, no, please, no. Oh, man, the Kabbalist Tome. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? There is a Kabbalist Tome. And he will pick it for sure. There is a Kabbalist Tome. There's a Kabbalist Tome. And ElMachico is like, no, don't get anything good. And Paula is like, yeah, give me this Kabbalist Tome. Give me this Kabbalist Tome. Let's see how it goes.
Paula's like, please not.
I mean, he's considering. Paula's really considering because the ice block buys him another turn. And another turn means another 14% to get his Pyroblast, right? So Powder really have to think very hard here whether he wants to go for the additional 14% on the Pyroblast or whether he wants to take the Kabbalist Tome and hope that the Kabbalist Tome will do it. I think it's pretty much a Kabbalist Tome, right? I mean, that should have a 14%. And
Oh,
Oh, not too bad. This will also buy him another turn.
The Capitalist Tome.
Yeah, but it's not enough, right? That's
I mean, you can still get a Pyroblast, right? Look at ElMachico.
You could still get the Pyro.
The poor guy, man.
But auction will help. Auction him to innovate, and then he will get the Feral Rage. So then he will be out of the woods.
The poor guy.
Will it be? There are not that many. Oh man, he will
oh.
fish through his entire deck, and then he will get this Feral Rage.
Oh man.
Is it?
Oh,
no. But he has a lot of draws. I mean, just look at it.
He will get it, right?
He will get it, right? He can just Jade Idol. Can he Jade Idol if the board is full? He can, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, should probably just go for it. So.
What do we get? An RJ?
Yeah, let's just cycle it through. He just cycles through the entire deck. And Paula's like, yeah, okay, sure.
Look at Paula. It's too good. Look at him.
It's so intense, but this is so intense, Jade. You know it. I mean, these are the finals, and it's so intense. And you're playing this matchup, and it's so close. It's so freaking close. Every top deck can decide the game. It's like, it's really sick.
Meanwhile, I'm sipping my coffee. The last card being the Feral Rage, by the way. I'm the devil. This is so funny.
Okay. But is the last card the Feral Rage? Okay, but why did he swipe then? Why did he not Jade? It's not, but
why did he not swipe? I don't know.
No, he could have Jade Idled. He could have Jade Idled the Feral Rage.
I know. He did know it, right? I mean.
No, yeah. I mean, oh, you mean he didn't know that the last card was Feral Rage or what? Yeah, maybe that's right. So. Because he could have just played the Jade Idol into Feral Rage, and then everything would have been good. But it's also so intense. I mean, you cannot really. I mean, forgetting about one card. That's sure. I mean, that can definitely happen.
So how do we approach this specific situation? You just play the missiles and hit 3 times face.
Ah, the violence portal cannot. It cannot do right. Oh! What? No way!
That's funny. He could have shot it to the face.
He could have shot it to the face.
What is happening here, man?
What is happening here? I mean, yeah, that doesn't. I mean, that's a Pyroblast, but.
I'm confused. Are you also confused?
Yeah, I mean, it would have not changed too much, right? Even if he would have hit it in the face. I mean, that's upper hand. I mean, we just talked about the importance of Rogue in the control versus control lineups. And yeah, the Taunt Warrior being maybe a little bit weak, but it's also not that bad. So we're looking forward to it. And this finals, we really get everything. I mean, it's already 2 against 2, so not a one-sided final at all. Both parties are really playing their best Hearthstone here. And yeah, really in time.
I see him so often nowadays.
the hidden Blizzard nerf patches 3 times more often into your hand.
So, yeah, I guess you're just going to coin a free drop here. The Dirty Red is probably not the card you want to play here. Sure, get an Acolyte out, right?
Yeah, the Acolyte is amazing. I mean, the Acolyte on the board is also preventing so many drops to happen. So if you can develop your Acolyte of Pain, you also completely crush the Shaman's Curve usually. So that's pretty good.
Sure. Go.
Can also deliver a little bit of damage. 1 damage. So yeah, part of it probably, I don't even know, probably play the Mana Tide even. Yeah. But there will be a Fiery Warwick's already waiting. In this case, the Acolyte cannot really confirm 1 damage.
Yeah, just get it farmed. I mean, the Warwick's fits so nicely on this totem.
Yeah, I mean, oh, okay.
He leaves it up just to stay on.
Yeah, he basically says, I trade 1 mana tempo-wise against this 1 card.
So it kind of makes sense because you have such nice removal tools, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Also, you confirm a bit better board control, I'd say, because Mana Tide doesn't really do something for your board presence. So I assume it's okay. Yeah, it's kind of close. On the other hand, you also enable Flame Tank Totem. Yeah, the world champion definitely being in a good mood even after losing. Always nice to see.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, sure. Play the patches, get the acolyte out of the way as well,
Sure.
and yeah, looking okay, I would say. So, um, what's the next step? The ghoul doesn't help, but ghoul with paired with sleep with the fishes on the other
Yeah, I
hand.
mean, you kill the mana tide probably, and
Yeah,
then
you wanna get. Oh, he really doesn't respect it, man.
hmm. Oh,
He,
because he kills it, right?
um, sure, but you could have just opted in on just taking 2 more damage and therefore drawing a card.
Hmm.
Yeah, probably. Barnes summoning you an other totem, and the totem also summons him an other minion, that being a Murloc. Sure. And a dirty red. You could just play both dirty reds here, maybe. Dirty red is quite strong actually against this kind of shaman, especially because of that.
Oh, there is a double gangster coming out of the board.
Yeah, it's
I'm not sure whether Bora is very happy about that one.
yeah. I mean, the dirty red is just strong. That's also being one of the reasons why it's strong against in this matchup. Like pulling double gangsters out is so powerful.
Is that the best turn where you can Bloodlust?
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, I would also assume so. It's not a bad one either. I mean, you can trade the Barons into the red, you can trade the double gangster into the Tark, and then everything goes fast. You also confirm more minions in the future. Other play would be totem up, maybe utilizing your Maelstrom, but it's only 2 minions, so
Yeah.
I think utilizing the
So
Bloodlust here is probably the right call of action.
yeah, you need to use a bloodlust. I think the warrior will never leave you enough space to ever um use the bloodlust like this again.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely looks good.
Hmm. So hero power and look,
Yeah, Potter's really thinking about it.
yeah, huh.
Ops in for Maelstrom Jade Lightning though, probably.
Not the worst, but now his his board will become erased.
Yeah, I mean, getting value from the Bloodlust might be of quite importance in this matchup. I think Powder thinks that yeah, he has to gamble a little bit here in order to confirm the win. Kind of with the idea that if ElMachico doesn't have it, he can just sneak in the win very quickly. And well, if ElMachico has the answer, so be it.
It's kind of funny the ghoul already himself just doing the job.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
Yeah, but you play the sleep with the fishes just to get rid of these minions, I guess.
I'm
Because
not. I'm not even sure though. I mean, you don't need to do it.
I think it makes sense since you don't really have an other virulent effect yet, and
Sure.
Shaman is not exactly a class who has these big beefy minions where you get extra sleep with the fishes value.
That's right.
So sure, can definitely see it. Spawning more Murlocs, so
They're very important with the Bloodlust as well, but there's already a Primordial Drake sitting in ElMachico's hand. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Armorsmith is also confirming, well, some armor.
yeah, he definitely does. She definitely does. Stone Defender actually being a quite decent pickup, I think. Definitely give him some reload. White Ice.
Yeah, perfect in Kev. Let's take him. So, flooding the board again, but there is a Primordial Drake, man. And this Primordial Drake will definitely wreak havoc here.
He will definitely have some fun. You can play that Primordial Drake and trade the Bloodhoof Brave because it will become enraged. So sure, yeah, it's a very angry Tauren. And then you just trade in. Yeah, I actually like this. You don't need to sacrifice it, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Double Gangster.
But without the Evolve.
Yeah. Yeah, but the Evolve would actually be quite nice here.
Yeah, I think he needs to play the Double Gangster anyways, because he cannot really gamble on the Evolve now.
Sure, true that. I can definitely see it. Bloodlust just to kill the dragon.
Well, he can kill both. The totem becoming 3-1,
Yeah.
and then White Eyes killing the dragon. But
So
yeah, now it's only 2 minions, so that's quite lower than the amount it would have provided beforehand.
Yeah, it just looks like the warrior's a little bit too healthy here, and also
Oh,
Powder is
the
just running
red,
out of
man. The
steam.
red is coming down again. Oh my God. And Powder is like, oh, there's like, no
He's
way.
just
Oh man. Oh
you
man.
literally saw him pressing the concede button on the picture. He's like he saw the red and like, oh no 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 no
No, 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 no,
not
no.
this again. That's quite
I
funny.
mean, it's one thing to get one double against a pulled by a dirty red, but it's the other thing to really get both of you. I mean, this is like a little bit how the deck is built on this double gangster evolve combination. And if you really get destroyed by the dirty red 2 times, I mean, that's really, really
Yeah.
dirty business. So, ElMachico is boiled down to his rogue. And if he can manage to get his rogue through, he will win the entire thing. It's so amazing.
Hmm. I mean, Rogue with the shaman is kind of equal, I think. Depends if the shaman gets in an early bloodlust. It might be problematic, but Powder also having left the mage, right? So the mage is also. I mean, actually, the rogue is not that good here for the remaining decks.
Well, I mean, sure, but on the other hand, ElMachico has only to win one more to confirm everything.
True, true.
But he will be also extremely nervous. I mean, you can already see it. I mean, he's really focused, but you
Mm.
can also already see him being, yeah, nervous, trembling a little bit. But I mean, rightfully so. I mean, that was definitely not exactly what he expected, I guess, when he came here. And I guess, I mean, we talked a little bit, and he said he wanted to give his best, but that he really went so far, and now having it really in grasp.
Yeah, just trade a Firefly, trade. Um, you can always play the quest a little bit later. Corsair being a nice minion here, just destroying the rogue weapon, taking away tempo, and also pulling our friend Patches, the pirate.
The pirate. Har har.
Har har har.
Okay, Mimic Pot. Let's see how this goes. So
Mm,
W's for Brewmaster.
yeah, a little bit tempo loss here.
Yeah, I mean everything is so super low tempo. Obviously, Magico can now confirm the rogue combination, but by paying a lot of mana like Glacial Shard, bouncing it again, bouncing it again, and bouncing it again. So just very, very expensive.
Mm,
So Evolve, the one not exactly being very appealing.
mm. Oh, the glacial shards are actually really nice here to complete the quest because they also take tempo away from your opponent.
Yeah, exactly. Or at least they are stalling a little bit, and that's of uttermost importance here.
Mm,
Basically, not dying before you can confirm your 5/5s on the board.
I would like to see actually a ferryman here instead of the brewmaster, just because you have a 2/3 body, and it's also because it's conditional. So I don't know about the panda.
Yeah, I like the 2/3 also a little bit more. But I guess Machiko's thought is that like this he still has both options in the hand, and if he would have played the Ferryman, he would have only had the Brewmaster as the option left.
So sure,
So there is a spell power roll.
not a bad roll. I'm definitely doing a good job here.
Well, absolutely. Specifically, if you also roll the Death Rattle guy, I mean that's actually a good one drop.
I mean, good. Oh wow, the shadow step. Good news for Powder's for Machiko. So there's no bloodlust in Powder's hand yet.
Oh yeah, you bet.
Otherwise, it would be quite
Over.
over. But on the other hand, if it looks like that here, it's not over at all.
Oh man, you can really feel this tension. I mean, both players being so focused. I mean, it's everything or nothing. So I mean,
Yeah,
nothing
it's
being
also
also
quite
quite good.
close. I mean, 3-2. Powder, if he wins this one, he has a really good shot on the win.
Hmm.
And Machiko just needs this one more victory, man.
And he knows it.
Yeah, he definitely knows it. Let's see.
Yeah, just freezing as much as possible, sure. Taking most damage potential from the board.
Yeah, quest is completed, and Powder begging for that bloodlust at some point at least. Did Devolve will not really help him. Maybe coining into black power, but if he will see the vanish. I think the best pickup for Machiko being a preparation here, just to get some tempo back.
Yeah, was there a consideration to playing the second glacial shards to try to get minions on the board, or was that? I'm probably with the Vanish not, right? Because he tries to maybe Vanish into Glacial Shard later.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Part just trying to flood the board as much as he can.
Sure.
Hmm. So,
Oh, wow. That will give him so much tempo. Exactly what he needed, right?
it's insane. That is the best draw he could have gotten there.
So, how would you approach that?
Mm,
I mean, probably Vanish has to come down, right?
most definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
And
So basically, prep Vanishing into minion?
yeah, you can prep Vanish and play all your minions. Kind of makes of sense. Yeah, you play this one first, but you don't even get the extra freeze.
Yeah, no, you don't need to play that one first, right? But I think ElMachico is afraid because if Fodor really has a way to handle those small minions, I mean, that's kind of a very big problem for him then. Yeah, because, yeah, does he opt in? Yeah, he doesn't do it because he's afraid that he might run out of value if he goes for the prep Vanish play, I guess. No, he's just actually going for it. Yeah, I mean, it's very clever. Seeing the opportunity and, oh, will he be able to pull it off in time? Just playing this minion, all minions, right? He's playing all. Did he pull it off?
No.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Hmm. That might be a problem.
He won't get punished that much though, right?
No, he's a little bit sad about it seems, but we'll be fine.
I think he will be fine, right?
I mean, as long Powder doesn't have a bloodlust, it doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they could have confirmed 1/5/5 more on the board.
Yeah, Powder just dropping Aya, probably also coining out a 1-drop, I would assume.
Yeah. So we are basically talking 5 damage loss here, right? Maybe even more if he. I mean, really depending on what he draws now.
Let's see.
Oh man, he's like, yeah. Oh man, he is he's devastated that he couldn't get this flame elemental off. I mean, he really saw the right line, but then couldn't pull it off in time. I know the feeling, man.
Oh, really? Tell me about it.
So in this case, he lost 5 damage to the face, basically. Also drawing this blank doesn't really help either. Man, this 5 damage might be of uttermost importance.
So Powder being able to, he has this this Grimstreet dealer. Yeah, he gives this 1+1.
The outfitter, yeah, that's very
Yeah,
very
he's
strong.
quite. Oh my god.
Oh my god. And the
Rough.
taunt.
That's rough stuff, man. That outfitter is quite fitting out.
Yeah, but honestly, probably, yeah. I mean, it looks like that the 5 damage would have not mattered.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Oh man, this is so tense. I'd say Corsair. Yeah. Quality the Alchemist, sure.
Yeah.
No, it's looking very good for Powder, right?
Yeah. Brewmaster not being it here.
It's just a 5/5.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. And heal. It's not too bad, though.
It's okay.
He can basically bounce his Brewmaster. Actually, it's amazing, right?
Yeah,
It's
you can-
basically 5/5 plus heal 6. I mean, that's very decent, right?
This down. Sure. Seems good. Seems good.
I mean, Devolve also being a completely dead card in Tara's hand. So Powder also needs to draw some kind of value, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean.
Otherwise, he will just become outvalued.
Yeah, I mean Bloodlust also being a super good draw, but yeah, Jade Claw's probably the value he needs.
You think so?
It's decent, right?
Yeah, it's alright, I guess. It's a 4/4 for 2 mana.
Taunt Totem will also help him preserving some of his minions, and yeah, I think in 2 turns or maybe just the next turn is just over.
Yeah, I mean, the one way or the other, that's for sure.
So
Yeah, the 3/2 definitely trades into one of those dudes. The other two, well,
I also don't know what Machiko could draw here.
I mean, honestly, you could just go face with everything, yeah. But only because Machiko missed the 5 damage. But yeah.
Yeah, it seems like the 5 damage will not really matter in the end of the day. So, sure.
Oh, it's not that clear, right? I mean, if the 5 damage would have gone to the face, Powder would have been forced to trade off one more minion, and then depending on the draws. This, for example.
Yeah, it's a good draw. It's true.
Okay, probably trading off for 4, sure. Has to do it. I mean, it's not over yet. Again, the Devolve is a completely dead card. The Ferryman also doesn't have much either, so I'm not sure. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's like 5 plus 9, 14. Yeah, that's lethal.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Let's get him.
Let's get him. Sure. Oh man.
Naja. The Bloodlust, right?
That was really close, by the way, also with the value game. The Wolf being completely dead, so without the Bloodlust, Rogue would have had the upper hand on board.
Definitely. I think so.
Yeah, and once he stabilizes, it's over. So if the Shaman would have just blanked on the last draw, Rogue would have just won the value game and then confirmed it. So wow, that was a really intense game, JJ.
So also being a really intense series because now we go 3-3.
And Mage against Rogue, really interesting as well. A very equal matchup.
That is going to be the last game of the tournament.
The one way or the other, guys.
The one way or the other. Winner, chicken.
Dinner.
That's how it works, man.
That's how it works. So, this is very much about the mage building up aggression with mana worms. Early game minions, basically. Sorcerer's Apprentice and such. So we have Fireball, no mana worm, and a Blizzard, which won't have that much. But yeah, mana worm, already a good start. Ice Block exactly doing that.
Okay. Firefly and Elemental.
And Elemental, they are very important.
I mean, the mana worm is nice.
That was so important that Powder now break for ElMachico, because I mean this Fire Blast is not doing that much.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Probably going to coin into a free drop here just to contest the mana worm, right?
Yeah, and it's also working out very well. Yeah, Powder having not that much tempo here with the Acolyte of Pain. The second mana worm is being drawn, but yeah, it's also a little bit late, turn 4. Specifically because the other mana worm will just get eaten for free. Backstep to counteract with tempo, also of quite important. Only in the early game though.
So getting the first Flame Elemental down. Yeah, it also seems like this is still everyone's game here.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, this is especially with the Arcane Intellect drawn exactly what Powder needed. And also, if you see Powder's deck list, like he has a lot of stall material in his deck. And Doomsayer, probably not. You normally want to have Doomsayer paired with Freeze.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Doomsayer also being very important. Yeah, maybe Mana Worm and Ice Block.
Yeah.
I mean, the Acolyte is already drawing you many cards, so maybe you don't even need to play your Arcane Intellect. But yeah, you can also as well just do it.
Not playing the Mana Worm to deny him the chance of proccing the Ignis Element.
Also interesting, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty common gameplay.
Yeah, that's basically what ElMachico did with Powder the last game.
Exactly. I mean, not letting him proc the quest is so important, right?
Oh yeah, you bet.
I mean, I can even see Powder completely ignoring the board for now because, I mean, there's only really 7 damage on the board and just try to cycle a little bit, let him deal his chip damage, but yeah, killing the Ignis Elemental never seems like the best choice.
No. But then again, what should Powder play now? I mean, first the Glyph, of course.
Yeah, see what you get, play the Glyph.
Oh.
Searching for some burn, counterspell to eventually counter the quest. That's the dream.
Have you ever seen it?
It happens from time to time.
Sure. Maybe not at high level gameplay like this, but sure.
Yeah.
Oh man, the patches.
Our best friend. I mean, now we are in a very similar situation Powder has been before.
Yeah, Machiko really breaking on this quest fulfillment here, despite the Ignis Elemental. Powder really playing that very well here, playing around the Ignis Elemental. Just don't let Machiko proccing this Ignis Elemental off.
Definitely. Yeah, that's very, very tense. It's actually super cool that it goes that far. Uh, this matchup is also really, really interesting. Mm,
I mean, at this point, Paulo could even consider maybe even clearing the board at some point, so to basically even outvalue the rogue quest, right?
mm,
Not yet, but soon.
not yet, yeah.
I mean, the more ElMachico plays, I mean, the entire board is full of minions.
So, I mean, usually how it is. You stall a little bit in the early game. Later on, Alex comes down. You have like an ice block up. You don't. Sometimes you don't even need Alex. You can just draw enough burn, and then the rogue just dies.
Yeah, sure.
Ice Spear not really being helpful here.
Well,
Mm,
that's not too bad though, right? You can just stall. Stall, stall, stall.
yeah, it's fine.
I mean, the ice block is basically buying you a turn. The ice barrier is basically buying you a turn. As long as the rogue quest is not fulfilled, which is not the case at the moment, so sure.
So ice barrier, sure.
Yeah,
Um,
why not?
Counter spell, yeah, that will just counter a backstab, nothing else in this case. And let's see. Yeah. Part of really considering just, yeah, he just wants to draw more. Ice Barrier basically buys him a return here.
Vanish also being kind of blank.
Yeah, the Vanish does nothing.
Yeah, Machiko just don't get to fulfill his quest here. It's pretty rough.
Do you ever, yeah. The 2-1 Ignis Elemental is grinning at you. It's like last man standing.
Hmm. How? Okay, so the Ignis Elemental. Um, and when it got wounded, did he already have the backstab? Maybe he should have finished it off himself, but probably not, right? You don't do that stuff.
Sometimes you do it against mage quite frequently, so, but I think he didn't have the opportunity to do so.
Okay, sure.
So what do you have? The Murloc.
Hmm. I think it's looking really, really bleak. I mean, ElMachico can just not confirm the fulfillment. Hmm.
If that backstab coming down, Powder will also be more confident of dropping with counterspell on the board, right?
Oh yeah, you bet. Specifically now. Hmm.
He's actually lacking on board space. That's so funny. Oh man.
I mean, he tries to fulfill the quest with a Vanish. And now there's a counter spell, man. And all spells being played.
Mm,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, the Mimic Pot, but sure.
Yeah, in this case, it's only Mimic Pod which is getting countered, nothing else. Yeah, it's actually a quite decent pickup.
I mean, you're saying only, but I mean, ElMachico without the Mimic Pot and probably getting his board cleared once more. I mean, he will also just lose the value game as well, right? I mean, he's losing the tempo game as well as the value game, even with the quest up.
Yeah, yeah. I think Porus Mage is quite suitable in this matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we just see it. I mean, to be fair, Machiko is also kind of a little bit breaking on the quest fulfillment, but that's also something what happens if you play that deck, right?
Yeah, countered, my friend. Powder also chilling there with his ice block.
Yeah, I think Machiko, does he go all in here?
The Acolyte. Actually, not a bad pickup, right? I mean, what Powder is doing now, I think you can actually just kill everything Machiko is playing, because he's sitting on his 2 cards there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he just goes for the value game. Because Machiko pretty much played all his minions and all the hand out in the early game, mid game, and now Powder can be pretty sure that he won't get flood any longer, and just taking out strat by strat.
Yeah, that's also what makes this mage deck so strong. You just you can switch game plans so quickly. So
So
backstab is a complete blank. But now you can at least start dropping your 5/5s. And that backstab is really bad.
yeah, killing it to 3 is not exactly appealing. That's right.
Hmm. Yeah, at least you start going, right?
Yeah, it's still interesting, definitely.
Powder doesn't really have the tools here.
I mean, Pada cannot take out 2 of them, so yeah, it's actually still very
I
interesting.
mean, maybe you just silence Portal 1, play the Doomsayer.
Yeah, I like it.
Sure. Earth Elemental. Ha. Hey, the Earth Elemental would have been so crazy.
The Earth Elemental, sure.
Uh,
So yeah, Doomsayer. I mean, a Magical can only proc if he also gets charge.
Plays the Mana Worm.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So let's see.
Oh wow, that's like a very important pickup. I mean, that's just 2/5/5 minions. So a Magical can either draw 1 or 2. So 2 usually being better, of course. And sometimes he can even break, like with a prep or with a backstep.
Yeah, I kind of like this. I mean, Noise Engineer into Firefly, not the worst. And now Powder really needs to watch out because Fireball will do nothing. And Machiko quite on a good health total.
Yeah, I mean, a Magical just drew 3/5/5s. I mean, that was pretty amazing, right? I mean, you can draw, I mean, I said you can draw 0, 1, or 2, but those were just 3/5/5s being drawn.
In the end, like not really doing anything.
Okay, another Fireball, sure.
Nova will definitely help, but Machiko already has
The Vanish, yeah, as
the
an
Vanish
answer, yeah,
thing
that's
there.
right.
This is very, very back and forth. I mean, he can play the Vanish now and redevelop, and Powder should start picking up his Alexstrasza if he wants to win here.
Yeah, it's extremely tense. I mean, with this last draw, I mean, that was such an insane top deck. I mean, if it would have been 1/5/5, really not a problem at all. Like, really good position for Powder, or insane position for Powder. If he would have picked 2/5/5s, okay, that would have been a little bit close. But 3/5/5s in combination with this Vanish, I mean, it's not only that he picked up these 3/5/5s, but they are actually playing twice again and over again with the Vanish in the hand.
Yeah, he will definitely not like any value now.
No,
Powder,
yeah.
Powder in dire need of Alexstrasza, I think now.
That really suddenly changed. Like with these draws, man.
Alexstrasza. Oh, the glyph.
It doesn't give you enough tempo, right? You cannot fish with a glyph.
Can't you?
You just don't have enough mana to spend everything.
A freeze effect would have helped you, right? Mirror image kind of helps you if your opponent doesn't have any charger.
Yep.
So you can drop the mirror image, try to drop the Archmage behind it. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
And sure.
Let's go for it.
Ding, ding, ding. Oh no, it's just enough. Yeah, the proc is definitely coming down.
Okay, even Shadow Step to get more value and more value and more value. Ferryman again, 2/5/5s. I mean, yeah, that's really amazing. Shadow Step coming down, confirming another draw. Proc is inside. And the Rogue really doesn't need to care too much, I think. Even with a Glacial Shard.
I mean, you can also just freeze the Archmage now and just proc. I mean, the Fireballs will just be too late,
Will
right?
not be sufficient, yeah. I think so too. They are just too mana intense. I mean, he should definitely proc. I mean, that's without any question.
Yeah, you have to proc it. For sure.
Yeah, sure. I mean, he could also trade the Archmage, but I don't think it's important. Oh, man. That really swung back like in a second, right?
Yeah, I mean,
it looked really, really bleak for ElMachico, and suddenly everything turned around.
I mean, once the quest is fulfilled, you kind of have quite a lot of good draws, right? You just need to pick up some minions.
Yeah, that's right.
So ice block coming down here. Fireball face, smog.
Sure.
I guess, yeah, I guess I see the line. He wants to pick up another glyph into another ice block, right?
Glyph, Ice Block, Fireball. Yeah.
Something like that. Vanish doesn't really help.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? I mean, ElMachico has like 30 stats on the board. It's actually 35. That's amazing.
These 5/5s, man, they are not your friends.
Oh no, they definitely aren't. They are looking very grim. The slime specifically.
with his shield.
Yeah, getting another draw and another draw in. The machine is on.
It's really only the glyph, right? Otherwise, powder is just out.
Yeah, but even with the glyph. I mean, I'm already talking glyph into ice block here.
Yeah, that's what we're
Yeah,
talking
but
about.
that's kind of
That's
very
just too late.
speculative.
And also, with this, we have our. Wait, does he?
Hmm?
No, where's.
No.
No. That's it. And MrYagut takes it, having our champions here fighting against each other. And sure, we have our new champion.
Yeah, that's really amazing.
Yeah,